안녕하십니까. 마스터천문장. 마마미야. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 마스터천문장. 첫 스트리밍 스타일. 안녕하세요. 문장만 방송 시작하도록 하겠습니다. This 보세요, 조용히 해! 자, 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다. 보세요! 자, 마스터천의 문장 SOM 50회 매우 본문 50개 매우 읽기 방송을 시범방송을 시작하도록 했습니다. 준비되셨나요? 좋아요와 구독은 필수입니다. SOM 360 셔틀 샌드버그 페이스북 COO 셔틀 샌드버그 address the class of 2001 part 2012 part 1 This job meets none of my criteria. He put his hand on my seat and he looked at me and said, "Don't be an idiot." Excellent career advice. And then he said, "Get on a rocket ship." When companies are growing quickly and they are having a lot of impact, careers take care of themselves. If your brother is still on a rocket ship, don't ask what's it, just get on. About 6.5 years later, when I was leaving Google, I took that advice to heart. I was offered CEO jobs at a bunch of companies, but I went to Facebook as COO. At the time, people said, "Why are you going? Are you going to work for a 23 years old?" The traditional metaphor for careers is a ladder, but I no longer think that metaphor holds. It doesn't make sense in a less hierarchical world. Test speaks why we have to few women leaders. Women do not negotiate for themselves in the workforce. A study in the last 2 years of people entering the workforce out of courage showed that 57% of boys entering old men, I guess, are negotiating their first salary, and only 7% of women. And most importantly, men attribute their success to themselves, and women attribute it to other external factors. If you ask men why they did a good job, they'll say, "I'm awesome." Obviously. B. Why are you even asking? If you ask women why they did a good job, they what they'll say is someone helped them, they got lucky, they worked really hard. What does this matter? Oh boy, it's matter a lot of that because no one gets to the corner office by sitting on the side, not at the table. And no one gets the promotion if they don't think they deserve their success when they don't even understand their own success. I wish there, I wish the answer would stay. I wish I could just go and tell all the young women for, I work for all these papers women. Live in yourself and negotiate for yourself on your own success. I wish could I wish I could tell what that to my daughter. But it's not that simple. Because that's because what the data shows about all else is one thing, which is that success and regularly are positively for men and negotiating correlated for women. And everyone nodding because we all know this to be true. Sheryl Sandberg addressed the class of 2012, Part 2, and foremost deeply that your generation accomplishes what man has failed to do. Give us a world where half our homes are run by men and half our institutions are run by women. I'm pretty sure it would be a better world. Good. 74th page. Question of the day. When was the last time you worked incredibly hard? Don't get me wrong. 오해하지 마. 기분 나쁘게 받아들이지 마. Don't take it personally. 양 같은 말은 no offense. 입니다. Quote of the day. The who the man who nibbles a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Honey proverb. Ah, page 75. Child of the 90s, The Internet Explorer by Microsoft, Windows 10 advertisement. We might not remember, but we met in the 90s. We are numbers of Generation Y, as in yin yang. Yo yo! Life moved a little slower. This this were square desktop folder had personality. Extra storage space was just a deeper away. Nah, this space, there was only one social network, but most of your friends die century. The only thing buzzing in your pocket was a pet until that died too. But at least a troll was still a friend. Lunch was a puzzle, not a picture. You were pumping jam, water, shoes. You didn't have to worry about a news piece full of farm animals. You were busy feeding wild animals. A haircut six, didn't cost 60 bucks. It cost 4 minutes. 호섭이 cup. You really had nothing to lose, unless of course you were playing for keeps. The future was bright. You were grown and and So we did. Microsoft Windows 10. SOM 360, Sheryl Sandberg, Facebook COO. Sheryl Sandberg addressed the class of 2012, Part 1. This time is none of my criteria. He put his hand on my seat and he looked at me and said, "Don't be an idiot," and some career advice. And then he said, "Get on get on the location. When companies are growing quickly and they are having a lot of impact, career take care of themselves. If you put a seat on a location, don't ask what's it. Just get on." About 6.5 years later, when I was leaving when I was leaving Google, I took that I took that advice to heart. I offered CEO jobs at a bunch of companies, but I went to Facebook as COO, Chief Operating Officer. At the time, people said, "Why are you going to work for a 23-year-old?" The traditional metaphor for careers is the latter, but I no longer think that metaphor holds. It doesn't make sense in a less theoretical world. Test me why we have too few women, led leaders. What women do not negotiate for themselves in the workforce. Study in the last 2 years of people entering the workforce are encouraged show that 57% of boys entering or men are yes on negotiating their first salary and only 7% of women. And then most importantly, men achieve their success to themselves and women achieve it to other internal factors. If you ask men why they did a good job, they say, "I'm awesome." Obviously. Why are you even asking? If you ask women why they did a good job, what they'll say is someone helped them, they got lucky, they worked really hard. Why does it why does this matter? Boy, it matters a lot because no one gets to the corner of this by sitting on the side, not at the not at the table. And no one gets the promotion if they didn't don't think they deserve their success or they don't even understand their own success. I wish the answer was easy. I wish I could just go tell all the young women I work for all these favors of them. Maybe just believe in yourself and negotiate yourself on your own success. Next page. I wish I wish I could tell that to my daughter. But it's not that simple. Because what the data shows of all else is what the which is that success and likely and positively corre- correlated event and negatively corre- corre- correlated for women. And everyone's nodding because we all know this to be true. Jonathan Clark, this is the class of 2012 Part 2. Explore most deeply that your relation accomplishes what mine has failed to do. Ship us a village where half our homes are run by men and half our institutions are run by women. I'm pretty sure that would be a better word. Next page. When was the last time you worked incredibly hard? 오해하지 마. Don't get me wrong. 기분 나쁘게 받아들이지 마라. Don't take it personally. 낙하스도 no offense. 고의로 그런 거 아니란다. I didn't mean it. My friend's joy. Tragedy. The man who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Chinese proverb. 구독과 좋아요를 많이 눌러주세요. Child of the 90s. The Internet Explorer. We might not remember, but we met in the 90s. We are members of Generation Y, as in Yin Yang, Yo-Yo. Life moved a little slower. Things were square. Desktop folders are personally. Institutional space was just deeper away. Next page. There was only one social network, but most of your friends died of the dysentery. The only thing buzzing in your pocket was a pet, until that died too. But at least a throw was still a plan. But it was a puzzle, not a picture. You were pumping Jim's water shoes. You didn't have to worry about a news feed or full of farm animals. You were busy building wild animals. A haircut didn't cost $60. It cost 4 minutes. You really had nothing to lose. Unless, of course, you were playing for keeps. The future was bright. We were grow, so did we. Microsoft Windows 10 advertisement by Microsoft. 꺼져. 아닙니다. 아닙니다. Shadow Setback. Facebook Chief Operating Officer. Page 68 to page 70. Chapter 1. Shadow Sandberg addressed the class of 2012. Part 1. This time meets none of my criteria. He put his hand on my sheet and he looked at me and said, "Don't be an idiot." And South Korea got wise. And then he said, "Get on the location! Now! Now!" When companies are growing quickly and they are having a lot of impact, careers take care of themselves. If you're put a seat on a location, don't ask what's it. Just get on. About 6.5 years later, when I was leaving Google, I took that advice to heart. I was offered CEO jobs at a bunch of companies. I went to Facebook as COO, Chief Operating Officer. At the time, people said, people said, "Why are you going to work for the 23 years old?" The, the traditional metaphor metaphor for careers is a letter, but I no look but I no look but I no longer think that metaphor holds. It doesn't make sense in a less hierarchical world. Test page, chapter 2. Test page. Why we have too few women leaders. Women don't negotiate for themselves in the workforce. A story in the last 2 years of people entering the workforce are encouraged show that 57% of boys entering or men, I guess, are negotiating their first salary, and only 7% of women. And most importantly, attribute their success to themselves, and women attribute it to other external factors. If you ask women, if you ask men why they did a good job, they said, "I'm awesome." Obviously, why are you even asking? If you ask women why they did a good job, what they say is, someone helped them. They got lucky. They got worked very hard. Why this? Why does this matter? Boy, it mattered not because no one gets to the corner office by sitting on the side, not at the table. And no one gets the promotion if they don't think they deserve their success or they don't even understand their own success. I wish the I wish the answer was that easy. I wish I could just go tell all the young women I work for all these fabulous women. Believe in yourself and negotiate for yourself on your own success. Next page. I wish I could tell that to my daughter, but it's not that simple because what the data shows about all else is one thing, which is that success and regularly and positively correlated for men and negative, negatively correlate for women. And everyone's nodding because we all know this to be true. Charles Sandberg addresses the class of 2012, part 2. And for more deeply than your generation accomplishes, what mine has failed to do. Keep us a world where half our homes are run by men and half our institutions are run by women. I'm pretty sure that would be a better world. Beep you. Beep 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 beep. 하하. 키 익스프레션을 살펴보도록 하겠습니다. 우선 첫 번째 72페이지 맨 첫 번째는요. 와우. 크리에이션의 복수형입니다. criteria. criteria. 근데 자, 예문을 같이 읽어볼게요. 주제 기준은 화폐 가치이다. The main criterion is better for money. The main criterion is better for money. 학생들 능력을 평가할 때 어떤 기준을 이용하세요? What criteria are used for assessing a student's ability? What criteria are used for assessing a student's ability? 과외 한 송이, 고로 한 송이, 무슨 한 사발 할 때 다수의라는 뜻을 가진 표현입니다. A bunch of, a bunch of, a bunch of, a bunch of. 엄청 났어요. 한 송이 포도. A bunch of grapes. A bunch of grapes. A bunch of grapes. A bunch of grapes. 바나나 한 송이. A bunch of bananas. A bunch of bananas. A bunch of bananas. A bunch of bananas. A hand of bananas. A hand of bananas. A hand of bananas. A hand of bananas. Bunch of flowers. Bunch of flowers. 꽃 한 다발을 뜻하는 예문이죠. Bunch of flowers. A bunch of flowers. 네, 발음표를 보시면서 의미와 비유의 뜻의 단어를 최대한 따라 읽겠습니다. metaphor, 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 metaphor. 예, 예문입니다. 오늘날 우리는 구체적인 문제를 알고 있어. 할때 에버 엘리펀트 in the room. 자, 주토피아 영상 수업할 때 나왔던 표현인데요. 엄청나게 덩치 큰 코끼리가 방 안에 있어. 이 말은요. 진짜 골치 아픈 문제야. 이런 뜻입니다. 같이 한번 읽어볼게요. Today we have an elephant in the room. 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 경쟁이 심한 3의 통제에 대한 비밀에 대한 이유되는 충돌. A game of football used as a metaphor for the competitive struggle for life. A game of football used as a metaphor for the competitive struggle of life. Next page. Next page. 무엇에 덧불러 보다. 다시 읽어볼까요? Attribute, 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 attribute. 오! 69페이지. 페이지. 예문을 아주 잠깐 읽어볼게요. She attributes her success to hard work and a little luck. She attributes her success to hard work and a little luck. She attributes her success to hard work and a little luck. She attributes her success to hard work and a little luck. That's great. Correlate. 뭐뭐와 관계가 있다. 밀접한 관계가 있다. 이 예문을 보여드리려 있습니다. 그 수치들은 연관성이 없어 보인다. The figures do not seem to correlate. 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 연구자들은 두 수치의 집합의 상관관계를 보여주려고 애쓰고 있다. Researchers are trying to correlate the two sets of figures. Researchers are trying to correlate the two sets of figures. Researchers are trying to create the two sets of figures. 추억의 향수를 일으키는 1988이랄까 1994 같은 옛날 향수 보여주는 요소를 negotiating 여러분인데요. negotiating. I feel quite I feel quite nos- nostalgic for the place where I grew up. 나는 내가 자란 곳에 대해서 매우 향수를 둔다. 와, 이분은 고향에 대해서 많은 집착을 한 것 같은데요. 많이 그리워, 아니면 많이 그리워하고 있거나, 어쨌든, 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. I feel quite, I feel quite nostalgic nostalgic for the place where I grew up. I feel quite nostalgic for the place where I grew up. I feel quite nostalgic for the place where I grew up. I feel quite nostalgic for the place where I grew up. 다른 사람들이 나 지난 시절을 그리워했다. Many people were nostalgic for the good old days. Many people were nostalgic for the good old days. Next page. When was the last time you worked incredibly hard? 가장 언제 마지막에 뭔가를 열심히 해보신 적 있나요? 오해하지 마! Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. 기분 나쁘게 받아들이지 마. Don't take it personally. 나 같은 뜻으로 no offensive가 있습니다. 다시 따라 해보겠습니다. Don't take it personally. No offensive. No offense. Don't take it personally. No offense. 고의로 그런 거 아니란다. I didn't need it. I didn't need it. The man who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Chinese proverb. Child of the 90s. The Internet Explorer. By Windows 10 advertisement. We like that remembers, but we met in the 90s. We are members of Generation Y, as in Yin Yang, Yo-Yo, Light Bulb, Move a little slower, Discus was square, Desktop Photos has personally, Extra space was just a deeper away. Okay, next page. There was only one social network, but most of your friends died of dysentery. The only thing buzzing in your pocket was a pet, until that died too. 죽기 직전까지. But at least the troll was still afloat. Lunch was a puzzle. Not a single. Not a picture. You were pumping jam, water shoes. We didn't have to worry about a newsfeed full of farm animals. You were busy feeding wild animals. A haircut didn't cost $60. It cost 4 minutes. You really had nothing to lose. Unless, of course, you were playing for keeps. Unless, of course, you were playing for fun. The future was bright. You were grow. So did we. Microsoft Windows 10 reminds of their negotiation. 아니, installation on Windows 10 advertisement. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Subscribe and 좋아요.